I don't post fan content. It's not my genre. I know a lot of great people who do fan art. I've been a fan of a lot of commentators for a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's not what I do. Not because I have any disrespect for it. I used to stream. I guess it counts as fan content, and I did dip into commentary when it came to SAO, but that was mostly for a bit. But yesterday, frustrated me. it frustrated me a lot, and I know for most people, they were thinking that logically, a 9th episode of Stranger Things didn't make any sense, and in every other instance, I would have agreed. I don't care if the finale of Stranger Things is bad. I genuinely don't care. Season 5 was already gearing up to be ass. And honestly, I kind of lost interest after Henry was introduced. I thought that Henry as an antagonist wasn't very intimidating. And it was a massive downgrade to the Mind Flayer, especially when we saw the new design where it was like a spider. That pissed me off. But when it comes down to it, Conformity Gate wasn't from nothing. Like it wasn't cope in the sense that these people are pulling shit out of tiny details in the back of the scenes. That's what pisses me off. Is that people will be like, oh, Conformity Gate doesn't make any sense. You people are like hyper analyzing these small little details. No, that's not what's happening. We're looking at very clearly intentional decisions here, and it frustrates me. And I'm going to bring up those decisions in a second. So first things first, let's talk about the official Netflix TikTok account. This is the Netflix account. It's official. You know, they link to this, all that, verified. Hey, that's crazy. All that good stuff. If you go to their most recent post, or not their most recent, but on 17 hours ago during this, that's a 9 in the background. That's a 9 in the background. Remind you that the context of this is January 7th, the day that everybody was like, oh yeah, episode 9 is coming out today. And they post this image. It's a final like send off of the crew. It's a final send off of the crew of like, hey, let's go say goodbye to them. But even further than that, in the Netflix UK, they posted that same thing. It wasn't this one. It must have been like Stranger Things TV. They posted the same photo shoot with the caption, one last Beamer ride, with the 9 in the background. And it's like they said one last Beamer ride with the 9 in the background. A 9, as in the 9th episode. It feels intentionally misleading, but honestly, that's like the weakest that I have off cuff. There's also the Morse code behind Robin's, booth. If you don't know what that is, let's talk about it. So this is in Morse code. It spells out, "You did not stop me." These are cassette tapes. In order for this to be a coincidence, they had to manually place these cassette tapes in such a fashion that it accidentally spells out something that is plot relevant. Accidentally, on accident. What the fuck are we talking about? This is literally like, this is the final scene where we're winding down from the show. I mean, like, that's not a minor thing from nowhere. That's a giant intentional decision. And if we go to the flashlight that just released, like, yesterday or the day before or whatever, this is a flashlight, and when you flash a black light on it, it says Vecna lives. It doesn't kinda say Vecna lives. It doesn't, if you squint your eyes, that is lives, that is Vecna. It came out 2 days ago, by the way. 2 days ago. This account. Oh yeah, speaking of the official Netflix TikTok account, if you go to the audio that they used, kids, Kyle Dixon, Michael Stein, it links to this page right here, which is a fan account, it looks like. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. What? What is this then? Stranger Things TV. Where did this come from? Because this just is a fan account. That's just what that is. Okay. So that's a fan account. Does that mean that where this audio originally came from, this post, that's the same account? What the? What is this? Okay, so this, it used to link to this account. And this account has been posting various, just kind of conspicuous, Braille, Morse code messages. It led to a bunch of shit. It said January 9th, this one did, so I don't know. Anyways, that's that one. So I guess the only credibility right now is this post with, where's me? One Less Beamer Ride. One Less Beamer Ride, as well as the Flashlight WSQK, as well as Rock and Robin Morse code. And then they also released a teaser yesterday, It's a Strange World. Holy shit. Thank you. So, in the background of this teaser, there is these lights. There's 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. I'm sorry. 3, 6, 9, 10. 11 lights is in the roll that Eddie made. That's 11. This one, so the 11 lights, that's kind of nitpicky. That's kind of like, ooh, if you like squint your eyes. I could see this one being coincidental. I will say though that this evokes immediately Camazotz. If you've read A Wrinkle in Time, I've read the graphic novel version. I have it like here. No, one second. There it is. I adored this book as a kid. Let's just stream to A Wrinkle in Time. If we skip to Camazotz, what Camazotz looks like. That's like the climax of the story. Oh, here we go. This is what Camazotz looks like. Part of the horror of Camazotz is that it's perfect. It's like, here, let me get to the exact part. You enter the scene and like as soon as you enter, you have what is it? Is this not our first look at Camazotz? I could be tripping. It could be that Henry got into Camazotz earlier and that's where it came from. Okay. So this looks like the first look at Camazotz. Enter through. You have an array of boys and girls. They are jump skipping and bouncing the ball at identical timing. It's not like that's not an action shot of different ones. It's canon. You can see see different parts. They describe it in the novel. It's literally all of them are identically skipping rope and bouncing that ball. So when I see this teaser and it evokes that same feel of everything is identical, and mix that in with like Stranger Things season 5 sort of through line of A Wrinkle in Time, all of it just seems intentional to me. And I'm not even going into like the actual episode. I don't know if I can go into the actual episode. Going to, I guess. Okay, whatever. I'll just look it up. Karen Wheeler Scar. So Karen Wheeler, and this scene, as well as literally every other scene in season 5, has a giant scar because of the slashes down her throat. They're missing. They're missing. Why are they missing? They are literally missing the scars. That's insane. That's insane. That's a massive continuity error. If that happened on accident, that means that they accidentally forgot a giant bit of information there. That's ridiculous. That's absurd. Now, we're not even getting into, like, the crowd of the graduation. So if we go into graduation crowd, Stranger Things. Here it is. It's hard to tell like this, but behind every main character, there's a character with glasses just sitting directly behind them, right here, right there. Well, it's the same character, but he's blocked from that shot. Let's see if I can get him sitting down. Right here again. Can I get a shot of Lucas sitting down? God damn it. Okay, where is he? He's there. Girl with glasses is there. That's there. Alright. Okay, yeah, no, it's... Yeah. That feels like an intentional decision. Because otherwise that's just bizarre. Here's an empty card that's just there. That's not, like, edited. That's the actual image. I can pull it up if you want. I wanted to say this. Just the color grading of the finale, and this is getting into that, like, tinfoil hat shit, so, you know, take this with a grain of salt, I guess, if you want to be, if you want to just, you know, write everything off. It just has the same color grading as Camazot's. Okay, well, that's not canon. This is just Camazot's vibe. Like, if we go to Camazot's Stranger Things. Like, dude, it's the same high saturation, it's the same high contrast. It's literally, it's got the composition behind it, like Hawkins doesn't look like this. If we just go to Hawkins Stranger Things images, and we just, like, look at this, feels like the final episode. Okay, there we go. This is what it looks like, dude. Like it looks like this. It doesn't have that high contrast. It doesn't have that ridiculous, like, composition or whatever. It's grounded. It's low saturation. It's kind of muted. It's kind of muddy. It's that. But just the final scenes, just like closing scene, Stranger Things. Just that whole last 40 minutes. It just had that. Okay. 5. It just has that. Okay, this is filming. God, I wish I could bring it up, but I don't want to, like, get sued. Here. It has that composition, it has that color grading, it's just so saturated, and composition and like color grading has been a narrative tool for Stranger Things this whole time. Like, that's not a new thing. That didn't come out of nowhere. It's not like, oh man, now we're suddenly seeing composition come into play. No, composition and color grading have been a tool since the beginning. It's how you knew you were in the Upside Down besides the Flakes. It's how you knew you were in Camazot's up until this point, because the rest of the season had the regular color grading, and then Camazot's had the different color grading. And it's how you knew you were in Hawkins, because there was no changes to the footage. Those were the 3. There was actual visual distinctions. Now, if we want to talk about more continuity errors, there is the door in the background. I don't want to go find it. That's annoying. But I'm gonna Okay. Reversed door. Stranger Things. You can go fact check this if you want. It's... Okay. You know what? Images results, despite that I've literally seen it on fucking Netflix. Okay. Actually, how it works... In the background of the first scene, the D&D, the door is backwards. Or it's the handle is on the right side, and on the final scene, it is on the left side. That's backwards. It could be another continuity error, but the scar on Karen's neck, I can't see being a continuity error. It doesn't make sense to me. It's so massive. It has to go through so many layers of production. It's not even a water bottle or like Starbucks cup thing, because those are in places that are inconspicuous. It's one of the character designs. Like, that is the focus of that scene. The scene with Karen where she opens the door and says, "Hey guys, time to go in." That is a focus of that scene. It just is. And it's missing. It's missing the... It's missing the thing. Now, here's another thing that pisses me off. Dude. Why did they post this two different ways? In the finale, it's this. It's Act 2. That's what that is. Theoretically. According to the theory, that's what this is. It's Act 2. However, on social media, they changed it. It's XAY. As in Dimension X is the theory. Now, if this is... If it wasn't intentional, I'd understand it just being like, oh, Act 2, that's a stretch. Like, Act 2 is a stretch, that's whatever. I don't know, you can't guarantee that, that's a little bit silly. Why would you post it a different way the second time? Doesn't it just make more sense to just post it twice? Just post this, and then this is fine. It doesn't make sense that this happened. It doesn't. There's also all the things about 11 where it's like, Eddie rolled an 11 and missed the attack on Vecna, and Joyce swung the axe 11 times, and one of the characters' name is 11. There's a lot of 11. There's a lot of 7s too. That was the first roll where they missed. That was the last roll at the closing scenes. It could just be like symbolism or figurative things. But 9 isn't a symbol in Stranger Things. It isn't. 9 isn't like... There's not a point in time where 9 is like an important number. And so when 9 started showing up and shit like that photo shoot with the final cast, that was weird. It was weird. It just was. It was a weird thing to do. I'm befuddled. It doesn't even feel like bad writing. It just feels intentional. It feels intentionally wrong. And I understand that ordinarily this would be irrational. I'm not stupid. I get it. It's silly. You look at it and it's like, oh, obviously there's not gonna be a new secret episode. That's dumb. Why would they do that? But just with how much shit how much all of this together, there are at least 5 that were intentional decisions. The Morse code is intentional because it's actually written language. It's written language. It's code. It's coded written language. That's intentional. That photo shoot with the 9 in the background, that is intentional. It might be engagement bait, but it was intentional. That doesn't come out on January 7th just to bait the audience. I'm sorry. That doesn't come out on January 7th and not bait the audience is what I'm saying. Like you can't do that and expect nobody to be thinking shit. That's ridiculous. That's unreasonable. The Vecna lives on the flashlight. That's intentional. You waited until after the series finale to release that flashlight, and it has secret messages that are lore like intensive. That's intentional. Oh my god, I forgot the Jimmy Fallon shit, dude. There's literally a post on Jimmy Fallon, the Jimmy Fallon like thing. Where is it? Oh god, I don't know where it is. Jimmy Fallon. Oh wait, it's the Tonight Show. Oh. There we go. The length of this video is 1 minute and 7 seconds, as in 107. Halfway through, he says, "Tomorrow it begins." He says that earlier in the show, but, like, he says it on January 6th, he says it just when everybody knows that January 7th is, like, a big date for the fans. I understand now this is bait. It's if it's not a teaser for that final season, it's bait. And that Netflix It's a Strange World thing posting on January 7th, that's bait. It's bait. Like, these are intentional decisions. You can't sit here and tell me they're not. It's not unintentional. You can't unintentionally put Morse code in the background of your fucking show. A show that's heavily known for its attention to detail and its cryptography. I'm not even talking about lack of attention to detail like Karen Scar. That could be an accident if you're an insane person. But, like, even implying that Karen Scar was just a production error. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, this doesn't mean that the Duffer Brothers... This doesn't just mean, I should say. This doesn't just mean that the Duffer Brothers are bad writers. This means that they intentionally dragged the shit out of this in order to engagement and rage bait the fuck out of the fandom. This was an intentional decision. This was a bit. It was a joke. And I don't know if I buy it. Genuinely, I don't know if I buy it. Conformity Gate is so backed by shit. Shit that isn't small. Like, big shit. I don't know if I've given up. Call me delusional, call me crazy, whatever. I'm gonna wait until the documentary. If the documentary releases and it's nothing, it's nothing. But until then, 6-7. Until then, I'm just gonna have to sit here and look like a dumbass, honestly. I look like a crazy person, but that's fine. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll be posting another devlog in 1 week. So mark your calendars for January 15th. That's why there's been 15s sprinkled around the video. Did you find them? Did you catch all the 15s? There's Morse code in the books. The books, it spells out 15 on January 15th. Tristan will post a fucking devlog. It says it in the books. Trust.